The National Football League on EA Sports, where we'll see two of the NFL's oldest and most storied franchises. It's the Green Bay Packers and the Arizona Cardinals, and it's coming up next.
On a spot of land that was once desert, now stands the city of Glendale, and a building filled to the brim with fans, State Farm Stadium. Thanks for joining us, everyone. With my partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. And like so many matchups in the NFL, Brock, our focus goes right to the quarterbacks in this one. Both of these guys, players who've been around the league now for some time, they've definitely established themselves as veterans who know how to win football games.
Yeah, I think the word of the day, Kate, is definitely experience. Two guys who've been through the season several times over, have seen a lot at this point in their career, and been through quite a bit on the field. All that experience is stored up there right between the ears. And the one who is more skilled at leveraging that experience, more than likely is going to come away with the win.
Here's Brandon McManus to get this one going. And away we go in Glendale. DJ Dallas now to return it. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. So here are the Cardinals now, headed out for their first drive. And they'll be led out by a #1 pick out of Oklahoma. One of the game's better runners, it's Kyler Murray.
One of the beauties of the quarterback position is it's not cookie cutter. QBs come in all different shapes and sizes. Some are 5'10", some are 6'6". Some are better on the run, some are better in the pocket. For Kyler Murray, and he is at his best when he's playmaking. When his athleticism, that dual threat nature comes to life, that is when he is typically a defense's worst nightmare.
It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7. It's Connor again. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
This dude was just not going to be stopped. Not by the first defender. Heck, not even by the second one who was able to bring him down. No, it took a few shots before this crew could finally get this beast down.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. From the gun, it's Murray. Got his man, that's Zay Jones. Running down the left side. And he flips the field for them before being taken down. While that play was going on, we see that one of their teammates shaken up on the play. Not quite sure what happened, but they're out there to tend to him. This drive has been excellent. A few shots now. It's starting with 6 as they come up on it. 1st and goal. Trying to run it in, Connor. And he can only get a lone yard. Took a couple of guys to haul him down near the line.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
2nd and goal coming up. 5 yards to the end zone. One more time with Connor. And he barrels across for the touchdown. The Cardinals start the game off right with a 6-0 lead. It's a James Conner touchdown. No doubt about that one, Brock. They softened that defense up with that lengthy opening series. And then the front just couldn't stand up to the run as they reached the end zone.
Yeah, the numbers tell you, kind of just like baseball, you love home runs, you love explosive plays. But when you can play small ball, and you can keep that defense gasping on the field, you can often run it right down their throats in the red zone.
On is Chad Ryland for the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Cardinals will jump out to a 7-0 lead. All set now for the kickoff. Ryland with the honors. It's Keyshawn Nixon with the return. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. So now it's the Packers getting out on offense for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the Utah State product and former first-rounder back in 2020, Jordan Love.
It took Jordan Love a little while for him to get his chance to start in the NFL. He had to watch Aaron Rodgers for a number of years, but guess what? Aaron had to watch Brett, and it paid huge dividends. And it sure looks like Jordan Love, to start his career, is doing the same. He didn't just watch Aaron Rodgers. He worked on his game. He developed his game over 3 years. And when he got his chance, he sure looked like a young star at the position. I'm just going to say maybe not the guy you want to pick on in coverage on this particular series. Gets a hand on that throw and knocks it away. The next time, well, he could get 2 hands on it and take it the other way.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Love from the gun. This one taken in by Kraft. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
3rd and 4 coming up now. Shotgun now for Love. That's caught for the first. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And that's good for a Green Bay first down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. They bring the tight end in motion. Love to throw again. Chased out to his right. He can run it.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock. You know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Here's Josh Jacobs getting his first look on the ground. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Kate, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
3rd down, 1 yard to go. Turning to Jacobs on 3rd. He has the first and still going past the 35. And he's down all the way to the 30. He picks up 15 on the play. And it'll be first down, Packers.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
Thrown on first down, Love. Into the hands of Romeo Dobbs. And he takes this one nearly to the red zone before going out.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And with 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. Jalen Thompson, the man on the tackle. They'll need 4 to convert now after no gain on 2nd down.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, and they got him tackled behind the line. But a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
Love on 3rd and short. Into traffic, complete. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. From the red zone now. The throw is caught. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2. That's a gain of 13, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Jacobs takes it in. Touchdown, Green Bay. The Packers finish off their opening drive. It's a Josh Jacobs touchdown. For the offense, you gotta love it, Brock. Points to begin the game as he runs it in for an opening drive touchdown.
And you've got one very happy running back right over there on the sideline right now. These backs, they do feel the pressure to find the end zone every single week. It's not easy to do, but to do it this early and get out of the way, big time.
Brandon McManus on for the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Packers start off well to tie things 7-7. On now is McManus to kick this away. Dallas with a return. Finds some space, he's past the 30. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. Now we get set to see the Cardinal offense for the second time. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3 and out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
This is ahead for about 5. Nate Hobbs in on that stop.
He made something out of that play for them. Everyone's so concerned with defending the pass, they didn't quite keep tabs on what he was doing as the QB, and it gave him just enough room to run.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the 38. He's on the move. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Edgerrin Cooper there to make the stop. That's the rookie from Texas A&M who took him down.
That's just a case where you're trying to make something when there really is nothing there. There just wasn't an opening for him to work with, and he was lucky to get what he could.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Shotgun handoff to Connor. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. Call it 1 yard there. Tough sledding the last couple of runs. It's 4th and 2.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
So on 4th down now, Blake Gillikin gets the call to punt it away for the Cardinals. And this one did hit at the 8, but took a big bounce and finished its journey in the end zone for a touchback. The Green Bay offense returning to the field for their second possession. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. They motion a receiver left. On 1st and 10, here's Love. Finds a man right side. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Jalen Thompson, the man on the tackle.
That's just discipline with a capital D. The play in the huddle is a running back screen, but it takes discipline for that offensive line to not get downfield. Discipline for that receiver to stay alert, stay aware that he's a viable option as well.
From the 23. Finds him over the middle. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. They just get the play off. That's reeled in by Jaden Reed. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. That's the end of one. Both teams with a little luck finding the end zone early. Scoreboard showing 7s on each side. We'll return to State Farm Stadium in just a moment. Time for our second quarter. It'll be Packer football to begin. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. This finds Dobbs. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. They gain 14 on the play. And that's good for a Green Bay 1st down.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
First down, ball at the 36. Love out of the shotgun. Completed over the middle. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. Second and 3 now. From the gun, it's a give to Jacobs. And an opening doesn't materialize. He's cut near the line of scrimmage. Nothing gained or lost on that run, and now it's 3rd and 3.
As that linebacker makes that tackle right in the middle of the field, all I'm thinking about right now, Kate's training camp. Because that's the middle drill right there. That is textbook. What you do in training camp, coming to life when it matters.
To the air with Love. On target to Musgrave. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. A pickup of 2, maybe 3, but most importantly, Brock, that's enough to move the sticks.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
First down throw, here's Love. Searches from the pocket, and he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down.
Everybody wants to play quarterback until a play like that. Almost no resistance off the ball and the defense ready to maul you. It was all he could do to get rid of it before he gets just clocked.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Takes the handoff, now Love. Completes this one to Kraft. And he's out of bounds inside the red zone, just short of the 15.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
A give to Jacobs on the inside handoff. And he'll go down here at the 16. A 1-yard gain on the play, and it'll be 1st down, Packers.
You love a huddle? Kate, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
Love looking to pass. Quick slant taken in by Dobbs. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason. This is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Here's Love. Oh, no touchdown. It's intercepted.
I know exactly what the quarterback was envisioning when he let that one go. Touchdown, baby. Not long after, I know exactly what he was thinking. Oh, no! Give me that one back! Because the coverage baited him perfectly into that throw, and even more so, picked it off.
The Cardinals offense making its way out. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. Ready to start this drive with Connor. And he'll fight the good fight forward to around the 21. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, here's Murray. That one's cut along the left sideline. That one goes for 31 yards and a first down when all is said and done.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt, or an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
So the big play gets him just beyond midfield. It's first down. Connor on the inside give. And that's good for a gain of 5. Tackled on that play by Isaiah Simmons. First down play nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. That's why they got the home run derby. But you know what? Talk to managers and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
And they bring him down around the 34. Give him 8 yards on the play. And it'll be first down, Arizona.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid gain, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
And without much room, he's going to go down at the 32-yard line. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Here's 2nd and 7. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Nate Hobbs in on that stop.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Murray on 3rd down. That's complete to Wilson. And they haul him down just a foot or 2 shy of the red zone. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's a Cardinals first down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
They'll come up 1st and 10. Connor here from the gun. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. Operating from the gun, here's Murray. His throw finds Marvin Harrison Jr. And he goes out approaching that 10-yard line. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
First and 10, Murray. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete.
Perhaps a bit late breaking towards the ball, but still just enough time to get a finger on it and knock it away.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. From the gun, it's Murray. To the edge of the end zone. Oh, it's incomplete.
Oh, that is going to haunt him. A drop touchdown in the end zone. We'll see how good his mental toughness is if he can move past it quickly and make an impact for them later.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Back to the air, Murray. This will be caught by Connor. Decent gain here, but short of the first. The Packers take their first time out, as they'll get together and discuss with fourth down coming up. They snap it to Murray. Escapes the pocket. And all their pressure gets it done. That's a sack on fourth down as they force the turnover.
Well, this play never had a chance between the pressure at home and the coverage downfield. QB still got to find a way to throw it up and give somebody an opportunity to make a play.
Now here comes the Green Bay offense. Their last series sure was looking like points up until that interception, Brock. Hopefully they can move the ball similarly well as they take over here. Thrown on first down, Love. This one taken in by Kraft. And he gets a small chunk there before he's touched down.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the 17. Fits it through the middle. Still going inside the 35. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down. So a massive gain, and all of a sudden we've got 1st and 10 inside the red zone. Working inside the red zone. This one's caught. Touchdown, Green Bay. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even in early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
McManus on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Packers break that tie and now lead by 7. On now is McManus to kick this away. Here's Greg Dortch with the return. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. The Cardinals and running back James Conner headed back to the field. They don't have much time left, but facing a small deficit, they could try to get this into field goal range. On 1st and 10, it's Murray. Snared by the running back. Here's Trey Benson. Don't think he's going to get much, if any, as he heads out of bounds right near the line.
You know, I've learned over the years, defensively, they call that the camera club. How many different guys can you get rallying to the football? So that last shot you see on camera, you see as many defenders keeping that to a 0-yard gain. That's well done defensively.
2nd and 10 now. Wilson on the slant. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. The Cardinals deciding to use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Murray setting up to throw. This is reeled in by Wilson. And they make the stop, we're going to say, at about the 37-yard line. To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. Kyler throwing here. That one is incomplete. The clock now down to 16 seconds remaining. Broken up by a big guy at the line. And now it's 2nd down.
I think you're seeing why they like this guy in coverage, man. He reacts well to throws and is so adept in breaking up passes right through contact or before they ever reach the target.
On 2nd and 10, it's Murray. Flushed out of the pocket. Steps up, and he's running with it. And he's stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. Now a timeout taken by the offense, and we're going to see if they try for 2 plays here or just try the field goal right now. Not much time left in the half, so the kicking team out on 1st down. It's a 38-yarder from the left hash. Badgley able to knock it through. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
Well, nothing to critique there. Good snap, good hold, and he puts it through to pay off the drive with 3 points.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Looking to throw. He fires one deep down the left sideline. Brought in inside the 20. And a huge run comes to an end as he heads out of bounds. Wow.
All right, Kate, sit tight. We'll get back to you and Brock in just a moment. But for now, this is our halftime report. We just watched a solid first half from the 2022 rushing champ, Josh Jacobs. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead. With that, the 2 squads are headed out of the tunnel. So let's get you back out to Kay Scott and Brock Eward.
All right, thank you, Coach. And we are back and about set to begin the 2nd half. All set now for the kickoff. Ryland with the honors. Nixon now to return it. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Packers and Jordan Love set to take over again. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. Jacobs gets it to start the drive. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
Even with everything he racked up on that run, you could argue he deserved maybe a little bit more. That call was the perfect one to break for big yards. The only thing that saved the defense from a score was getting that contact to slow him down and eventually, finally, stop him.
A jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line. 1st down, and they go right back to him. And this defense offering no room at all up the gut there. No gain. Josh Sweat making the stop. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
They stick with Jacobs. And not much there, but enough to get across the 45. Only 2 yards on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 8.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Throwing his Love on 3rd. Complete beyond the marker. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that's good for a Green Bay 1st down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
And with a nice gain, he runs him down inside of field goal range. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Love out of the shotgun. Has him on the quick hitter. And they take him down right along the 30. They get 6 and a first down as well.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
1st and 10 now from the 30. Man in motion here. Jacobs gets it on the draw. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Love now to throw. Hauled in by Musgrave. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
Kate, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns, he puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Shotgun give now to Jacobs. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Love from the gun. Cut near the goal line. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain. That sets up 1st and goal.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Shotgun now for Love. Catch is made in close. And he'll cover up as they touch him down a few yards short of the 1st.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Jacobs. And he's going to fight forward and get in. Touchdown. The Packers grow the lead coming out of halftime. It's a Josh Jacobs touchdown. Those defensive coaches got to be hot, Brock. That was a touchdown that shouldn't have happened. That tackle should have ended it.
You try bringing down one of these NFL running backs then, Miss Kate.
Okay, touche, partner.
They see that goal line. They smell that goal line. It is no sure thing to try to bring down one of those horses before they find pay dirt.
McManus on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Packers drive their lead to 11. On now is McManus to kick this away. Dallas with a return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Out had the Cardinals now on offense. And down double digits, Brock. Field goals like we saw on their last drive aren't going to move the needle as much as they need to. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Murray. Taken in by Harrison. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line.
I know I can sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
2nd and 3 now. Takes off right out of the read option. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. It's a 4-yard gain, and that's going to get him across the marker and earn the first.
The difference right there, Kate, between that gain and a big hit for a loss, some really quick decision-making. He made a quick read, saw the running back was going to get hit if he handed it, and he pulls it himself for a positive gain.
The first down carry for Connor. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it, and we'll move to the next.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Right back to Connor. Stiff arm success. And he goes out, just needed one more step there to reach midfield. He got 5, and now it's going to be 3rd down and 3.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
3rd down, Connor gets it, and he's brought down for a loss.
Perception and reality, Kate. The perception out there from the public is edge rushers are defined by their sacks. The reality in a locker room and in the huddle is you could be defined by your relentlessness, and his motor never stopped. Helped him track it down for a loss on the outside.
The Cardinals out for the punt. And he wants to hit his 2nd effort just as well as he hit his first. Absolutely crushed his first punt, and here's another huge one. And this one ventures out of play on the fly. The question is where it's marked. Looks like they'll say the 17-yard line. The Packers are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. They'll get this drive started, 1st and 10. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got 2nd down.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Handoff here to Jacobs. Room for him past the 30. And he'll finally be taken down right along the 40. It's a 23-yard pickup on the play. And it'll be 1st down, Packers.
Those unsung heroes, those big guys up front on the O-line, well, let's give them a little love right here, Kate. They don't always get the attention they deserve on a broadcast, but let me tell you, they played a huge role in that big old run.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets them 3.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
2nd down now, 7 to go. From the 43. He's got it to him yet again. That is cut. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. It's a pickup of 11. And that's good for a Green Bay 1st down. So we hit the end of the 3rd quarter. This one not out of reach quite yet, but it is a 2-score game to begin the 4th. New set of downs for him from the 46. Running on 1st here with Jacobs. And he won't win the race to the outside. That run's bottled up at the line. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Going run again with Jacobs. And they bring him down around the 34. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it'll be 1st down, Packers.
We know how hard explosive plays can be in the NFL, and so often they come via the air. What a great help for the offense to find an explosive play on the ground. Well done.
On 1st and 10, here's Love. Finds his man, it's Kraft. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. They get 13 on the pickup. And that's good for a Green Bay 1st down.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Jacobs running behind center. And he doesn't get this one very far, down to only about the 18. 3 yards on the 1st down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7. Takes the handoff, now Love. It's a Green Bay touchdown! Well, this machine has been firing on all cylinders this game, partner. And it continues firing as that lead grows yet again.
And those who've tried to get in the way of that machine you're talking about, namely the defense, well, they've paid the price over and over and over again.
McManus on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Packers push their lead to 18. On now is McManus to kick this away. Dortch now to return it. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. The Cardinals in possession of it once again. And you and I both know, Brock, they, like so many teams in this league, fans of establishing the run to begin a football game. Well, I'm looking at my watch, I'm looking up at the scoreboard. We're sometime into this one now, and they still haven't been able to establish it against this defense.
Yeah, kind of like when we walk into a defensive meeting room and sit with the D coordinator, and what is his #1 premise each and every week? Stop the run. Stop the run.
Yep.
Because you know if you create that kind of imbalance and you take away the run, you have a chance of playing pretty good defense like they've done.
They get an even 10 on that play. And it'll be 1st down, Arizona. They're set up at the 35 now. First and 10, Murray. He's got him, that's McBride. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 39. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Murray on 3rd down. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. Back to the air, Murray. That's caught beyond the marker. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. They stun the defense with a gain of 14 on 4th down and pick up the first.
Oh, I love 4th downs. It just brings out the very best, and you get to see how you handle the most pressure, and it turns out, well, they handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing.
Murray here on 1st down. That's complete. Here's Connor. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play.
These intermediate gains, that's the wheelhouse for these two to connect on. Start the series off well, and it sure keeps the defense on its toes in case they try to load up and just simply cover the receivers.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the gun, it's Murray. That pass is complete to McBride. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Look up contested catch in the football dictionary, and you'll see that. I mean, I can't critique the defense there. They're in the hip pocket of that tight end. But these contested catches, these tight ends that can separate with their hands, utilize their body, even when you're covered, you're not.
And he can't reel it in, incomplete. That one intended for Trey McBride. So that brings up 2nd down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Couldn't connect on 1st, it's 2nd down. Operating from the gun, here's Murray. Couldn't connect right side, it's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
Can't cover it much better than that really well-covered Kate on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Kyler looking to throw. Short pass brought in. And they take him down right along the 30.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Throwing all the way to the end zone here. And that one's going to be knocked away, and that's going to force a change in possession. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Sometimes a quarterback gets so focused on coverage down the field, you lose sight of those linemen right in front of you. On that occasion, he throws it right to the D lineman. Easy to get the paw up and swat away a potential 1st down.
First and 10 now from the 30. Motioning one of the tight ends. On the handoff, here's Jacobs. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. Along the sideline past midfield. It's a 21-yard gain. And it'll be 1st down, Packers.
I'll tell you what, Kay, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. Because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run.
And he'll get this forward, and he's stopped at the 37. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
It's the 2-minute warning from Glendale. Packers about set to celebrate this win. From the gun, it's a give to Jacobs. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a third down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next third down coming.
It's a new set of down. A give to Jacobs on the inside handoff. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on second down.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign, well, they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Putting one of the tight ends in motion right. They're just going to let the clock run out and take this delay. Everyone was set and at the line. The quarterback just didn't snap it before the play clock hit 0. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Running it after the penalty. And he'll manage to get this one down to the 27. Give him 5 on that play. Now it's going to be 3rd down and 6.
The humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. So it's the visiting Packers who pick up the win. And it's not quite a full game shutout, Brock, but keeping that other side off the board in the second half, that sure went a long way towards securing them this win. Made things a lot easier for everyone else to operate in the closing stages of the game. So for my partner Brock Heward and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Packers are your winners as we say so long from Glendale.